Yes, I understand that perfectly, and I'm working on a book on character, and in that book I will certainly do my level best to sort out the difference between conscious desire, subconscious desires, and need. But to be as to the point as I can. A conscious desire, as the phrase suggests, is something conscious in the character's mind. If you were to ask the character, what do you want? The character would be able to give you an answer. The character knows what the character wants. They know that, okay? Unconscious desire, like in you mentioned in the carnal knowledge, is a force opposite of the conscious desire that's operating inside of the character and pushing them in a direction that they are unaware that they actually want to go. And so Jack Nicholson says, I want to find true love in carnal knowledge, but we realize he doesn't do that. What does he do, in fact, is humiliate and destroy women. And so when you look at that character, you can say, well, what does he think he wants, and come up with a conscious desire. But then, more importantly, say, yes, but what does he actually do? And what he actually does is a real clue to what he really wants, because what he really wants is driving him to humiliate and destroy women. Now, need is a whole other thing. Need, again, focusing on the protagonist of carnal knowledge. He is an extremely incomplete human being. He has great open places in his nature. He does not have compassion for other human beings, and certainly not women. He has no positive, inspired beliefs in life. He's very tough and cynical and pessimistic. He has these. He's much less than a complete human being, and so Jules Feiffer, who wrote this, could look at this character and say he needs to find a really beautiful meaning to live. He needs to find compassion within himself for another human being. He has these needs. These needs are what he doesn't have. They're not desires. They're just blank spots when you compare his character to an ideal human being. You say, what aspects of humanity does this character have, and of the ideal human being, and what doesn't the character have? What the character doesn't have are his needs to fulfill himself as a better human being. But he doesn't want these things. He's going about life pursuing what he thinks he wants, being driven by what his subconscious mind wants. There is no desire in him to fill out his needs. The notion that he has a need, that he needs to be, that he has an empty place in his humanity that needs to be filled, is something only the author knows. The character, no. The character doesn't act on it either, but the author knows. Now, and if the author wants, the author can lead the audience to understand this character lacks this quality in his humanity. But that doesn't mean that the author is going to tell a story that actually fills that need. May not. Most stories don't do anything like that. And so need is this empty place that the author knows, that the audience may certainly sense, but whether or not the story is actually going to fill in that character's gap in their humanity is up to the author. And I would think that in the vast majority of all stories, authors choose not to do that. The character is just as empty and hollow in many aspects of their humanity at the end of the story that they were at the beginning, and what we're really witnessing is a struggle between conscious and unconscious desire. In action genres, we don't even have unconscious desires. All you have is a conscious desire. The action protagonist wants what they want consciously. There's no empty places in their humanity that needs filling. There's no contradictory unconscious desires either. And so there's three possible aspects of humanity: conscious desire, contradictory unconscious desire, and empty places that may or may not be filled. It's up to you as a writer to decide which of any of these you want to give your character.